Who would you draft #1 overall next April in Cleveland? Roger Goodell, first saying the name of Justin Fields or Trevor Lawrence. You've watched them both at the collegiate level. Push ahead, though, to the pro level. Better choice.
Going Trevor Lawrence. And guys, it's not that I dislike Justin Fields by any stretch of the imagination. I think he's excellent, and his best football's in front of him. Remember, this is a guy that still has only started 15 games in his career. So it's not like we're talking about some ridiculous sample size and evaluating him. And already, just in the first 2 games of this season, he looks better than he did almost at any point last year. So I'm very encouraged by the trajectory of Justin Fields. But y'all, Trevor Lawrence is the best prospect I've watched at the quarterback spot since Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck was my favorite prospect ever. So Trevor Lawrence is that close. And I would honestly argue that the gap between Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields is maybe wider than the gap between Justin Fields and Trey Lance, who is, for all intents and purposes, likely the 3rd quarterback off the board next April. So I love Trevor Lawrence. He's athletic. He obviously is remarkably gifted throwing the football. He's a capable and willing runner if needed, even though that's likely not going to be what he's asked to do in the NFL. And the other thing, he's shouldered the load and the burden of being the face of college football for the last 3 years. And the guy, obviously, this offseason, he's grown, he's mature, he's been out there on the front lines with his teammates, preaching for social justice, preaching for all these other things that show me he can carry the burden of being a billion-dollar franchise's face. And that, I think, is something that gave him even a little bit more of a bump up, even from where he was last year based on how he played on film.
I think both are very good quarterbacks. I think you make a case for Trevor Lawrence. There's no question about it. I just know that where we are today in November 3rd opposed to where we'll be in April is a long list of things that I got to see from both quarterbacks to make that determination that Trevor Lawrence is the next Andrew Luck, by the way, who, to me, as I always say, Greg, Andrew Luck didn't win anything in the National Football League. He was a good prospect, won an AFC championship appearance, but didn't really win anything. So I kind of slowed down until I really got to dive into things 6 months from now.
Get him,
That's
Greg.
just me.
Get him,
That's just
Greg.
me.
Get him, Greg.
That's who I am.
All right, hey, I guess we only evaluate players based on like the 8 years that they're in the league. You know, that's where we stop it. Hang on a second. So let me he didn't win anything. I hear you. That's fine. Didn't win a Super Bowl. Didn't get to a Super Bowl. I won't push back because I can't. Those are the facts. But he also inherited a team that went 0-16. You know, and then they took him to the playoffs in his rookie year. He also went to the Pro Bowl almost every year, and you ask anybody that's coached the quarterback position, including Bruce Arians, and if y'all look this up, it's fact. Bruce Arians said the perfect quarterback is Andrew Luck, and Bruce Arians coached Andrew Luck, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Carson Palmer. Bruce Arians have been around some of the best. Roethlisberger, and he said the best one that he's ever been around from a physical talent standpoint was Andrew Luck. And y'all, he never had the roster. His offensive line was a turnstile throughout the first 6 years of his career. His weapons, for the most part, were pretty good, but in some ways aging. His best receiver throughout the vast majority of his career was T.Y. Hilton, and he might be the 2nd or 3rd best receiver on the Cowboys right now. I mean, we're talking about a guy that had to do more with less than probably anyone else at the quarterback spot for a very long period of time. Indianapolis is not exactly a great organization, so I didn't think he went to an ideal circumstance and made the most of what was a difficult circumstance, and it burned him out. That's why he shut it down early.
See, I don't want to get the conversation would be too long. We got a whole bunch more to talk about in terms of the team that he inherited because, you know, the team that he inherited did have some players. Remember, Peyton Manning did leave the team, and then therefore that team was not very good. Then he comes in, and he kind of ride the ship, got him to the playoffs, did some things. But what I'm saying is it's too early to just put a stamp on Trevor Lawrence as a, you know, Andrew Luck type guy, once-in-a-lifetime quarterback, because several years ago we said that about Sam Darnold. Several years ago we said that about other quarterbacks and other players. I just like to wait till April till we actually get them in the room, see what it looks like coming off their wrists, all of the sort of things that you have to do from a scouting standpoint before we just make a determination that he's the guy. He's the guy. I go back to
but you could go back. You could go back.
Peyton Manning, Ryan Leaf, Peyton Manning.
Get him, Greg.
You know, so when you look at it, it's like,
get him, Greg.
I hear you. Hey, Hey, I feel you, Key. Like, I'm totally with you. But if you go back over the last 6 or 7 years, every single guy that was taken first overall has a knock on him except Andrew Luck. And tell me the knock on Trevor. Like, right now, seriously, tell me what is it that you're not yet 100% sure on? Well, he's played on the big stage, won national championships. All right, he's 6'6". He's 220. He's going to run 4'6", 4'5". He's obviously a remarkable leader, knowing his involvement. He's incredibly mature and makes great decisions off the field. The guy's engaged. He's a family man. Like, what? Please tell me, like, what are we trying to do
but see, all that
with
right
him?
There,
like,
all that right there doesn't mean anything to me. I need you to win football games. So engaged and family man, that's cool. I think a lot of quarterbacks are that way.
The guy's got 33 wins. The guy's got 33 wins in 2.5 years.
I need you to win when you play for me in the National Football League. What you did at Clemson, that's great. I need you to win. I need you to win football games in the National Football League. I need you to help my team win. Everything that you laid out, he's great, he's this, that's cool. But come Sundays, can you help me win? That's all I care about, and I think he can. But it's too early for me to just make him the #1 overall pick and say that I'm taking him over some other guys when I've yet to do a full evaluation.
Greg, he has won a lot of games at Clemson, though. How much more do you need him to win, right?
Well, you know how it goes, man. A lot of dudes win a
right.
lot of games, though, Greg. You know that. In a lot of places.
No, you're right.
And then turn out to not be so good.
I can think of one that you're looking at right now that won a lot of games in college that didn't work out so well in the league. But
I'm not talking about
no,
you.
I know you. I'm just being real. I'm not taking it personal. I'll be the first one to admit.
I think
I'll
he's
say
hella
this, though.
quarterback. There's no question about it. But I also like Justin Fields. And it also depends on what team is picking at one. Right? I mean, it also depends on what team is picking at one.
Yeah, not really, though. To me, like, if I'm the Jets or the Giants or the Miami Dolphins, I'm taking Trevor Lawrence if I have the first overall pick. Miami Dolphins obviously owning Houston's pick.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.